Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Dear students, welcome in Pakistan International School, Taif, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Virtual Learning System Session 2020. This is English for Grade 7, Guided English. Today is lecture number 21, chapter number 16, Tom Brown's School Days. We'll do the reading and explanation in the first session, in the first lecture of this chapter. Then do the exercise, inshallah. Bismillah. I'm your teacher, Adnan Sabir Mirza. So let's start our lesson. Page 86, lesson 16, Tom Brown's School Days. This is the title of the best known and oldest of school stories. It tells the story of a boy, Tom Brown, from the day to the day he left. School life has changed greatly since the 19th century when this book was written, but many things remain unchanged. When you read the account of Tom's first day at school, for instance, you may remember your first day at school. The passage below is taken from a simplified form of the book. It tells how Tom played his first rugby match. Although it was at this school that the game began, it was played very differently in those days, as you will see. Dear students, this is also a part of story or a chapter of a story from a long story, and it has been included in your syllabus as lesson number 16. There is no difficulty. I think there should be no difficulty in understanding anything. I hope you know what is rugby. Rugby is uh, the game. It is like football, an not oval, egg shaped ball that is uh, played with some rules. That is very powerful American game, and some Britishers also play. So let's see what happens. The match. A quarter past one now struck, and the bell began ringing for dinner. So they went into the hall and took their places. Tom at the very bottom of the second table, next to Joe, who sat at the end of and to keep order, and east a few places away. The students are sitting for the dinner. Obviously, they are living in a boarding house, so they study there, they stay there, they eat there, sleep, and play. The roll call was called first, and then dinner began. Tom looked at the boys around him. Some were reading, some throwing small pieces of bread, and the rest talking to one another in low voices. Tom had a good dinner. After dinner, East asked Tom if he would like to go and see the school field, which he was very glad to do. That's the chapel you see, said East. Chapel, they say it for boys. And there, and there, just behind it, is the place for fights. It's out of the way of the masters, who all live on the other side. And don't come near here after the first lesson or roll call. Obviously, students uh, had some secret place for fighting, and the senior student or the old student is briefing to the newcomer. On the other side of the ground, it is the place where big matches are played. I say, it's awfully cold. Let's have a run across. And away went East, Tom close behind him. East was trying his best, and Tom, who was proud of his running, began to run as fast as he could. Right across the field they ran, and there wasn't a yard between them when they stopped at the other side. So they were the same speed. When it is about running, uh, the fastest is the winner. When you are equal, so the match is tie. I say, said East, as soon as he could get his breath, you are not a bad runner. Of course, this praise pleased Tom, but he did not show his pleasure. So, yes, it was page 89. I say, East, I wish you would tell me one thing. Why do you wear white trousers in November? He, he then asked, for he had seen that almost all the schoolboys were wearing them. Why, bless us. Don't you know? No, I forgot. Why today the schoolhouse match, our house plays the whole school at football, and we wear white trousers to show the others that we don't care who kicks us. You are in luck to have come today. You will see a great match. And Brooks going to let me play. That's more than he'll do for any other lower school boy, except James, and he's 14. Who's Brooks? The big fellow that called the roll at dinner. Call the roll means to take attendance. He is the head of schoolhouse side and the best kick in rugby. Best kick in rugby. means he is a good kicker, best kicker. He he makes the best kick in rugby. At 3 o'clock, the roll was called again, and the whole of the school, 300 boys, went into the big hall to answer to their name. When this was over, back they went to the big field where the match was to be played. To the goals is heard. To the goals is heard, and the 300 boys moved up towards the two goals, dividing as they go into three parts. Those little boys on the left, about 20, Tom among them, and who are going towards the schoolhouse goal, are not to play but have to stay in goal. Page 90. Now the two sides are now the two sides are each on their own ground, and the game is about to begin. There is a shout of "Are you ready?" and another shout of "Yes!" and the game has begun. Such a game Tom had never seen before. In the crowd of players, he could see Brooke always in the middle of the hardest play. He saw also for the first time Flashman, the cruelest boy in the school, and others he was to know better in the years to come. After much hard play, the last few minutes have come. Down the field, the boys run with Brooke trying to get the ball. No, he has lost it, and his voice rings out clear over the heads of the boys. Look at, look out in goal. John catches it for a moment, but before he can kick, the boys are on top of him, and the ball rolls slowly in behind the schoolhouse goal, not 3 yards in the front of a dozen of biggest school players. There stands the schoolhouse prefect with Tom by his side. Now is your time, Tom. The two rush in together and throw themselves on the ball under the feet of the advanced crowd of boys. The boys fell over Tom, who had all his breath knocked out of him. Means his breath went away. He was breathless. Our ball, says the prefect, getting up with it under his arm. Get up there, you fellow. There's a little fellow under you. They roll off Tom, and Brooke picks him up. Stand back, give him air. Give him air, means let him breathe properly. Let him be easy. He always and then he says, and then he feels Tom's arms and legs. No broken bones. How do you feel, young fellow? Ha ha, says Tom, as his breath comes back. Not so bad, thank you. Who is he? Asked Brooke. Oh, it's Brown, a new boy. I know him, said East. who had come up and was standing on one leg and rubbing the other, which someone had kicked hard. Well, he's a brave young fellow and will make up prayer, said Brooke. Then 5 o'clock strikes and the first day of the schoolhouse match is over. So, boys, this is the end of the reading section of the lesson. As you can see, that this is a description of a match, a rugby match, and uh, it is something like a football, but uh, hands are also used, and the goal poles are also different, and they are very high. I'm telling you because I've seen some matches, but even I don't know the exact rules. If you want to find out the rules, you can use any possible sources like Google, or there are matches on YouTube, and 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 in English movies you can also see parts of the matches. So students, this is the uh, description of a new student in a school, and each of us remembers his first day in the school, and also the last day of the school is also memorable with some sad memories. But the first day is full of fear and confusions. You don't know what will happen, and the story is telling about Tom and his first day's experience. I hope you enjoyed it. You can give it a reading or give another listening to understand it. There is no difficulty in anything. But as you go on reading your lessons and long stories, your reading skills improve, and reading improve the writing. If you read the good writers, you can become a good writer as well. So follow whatever is available to you. So dear students, as you know, these days are very much critical with regard to the COVID-19 uh, epidemic, that is coronavirus. The number of patients are increasing in Saudi Arabia also. We need to take extra care now. We have to be careful. Although uh, things are getting open with precautions, we have to be very much careful and try not to go out. Stay as much as possible for you to stay home. Although it is boring, uh, but you can do different activities in home. There are many choices for you. You can watch TV, you can use your laptop if you have, or mobile phones, most of the world, even now, most of you are using mobile phones. So you can uh, use the mobile in positive things also and in negative things. Negativity is not likable, so you should use it for positive things. It's better to listen Quran and these things. You can also play games, no problem, but don't use it for the cheating games or the fighting games, in which you learn how to cheat others by deceiving, which is against our religious teachings. But when you go out, keep a good distance with the strangers. Wear the mask always. Always wear a mask when you are outside the house, because the mask give the filter in your breathing, especially the intake. If you are coughing or you are sneezing, the saliva will not go to others. It will protect others from your saliva. And if somebody sneezes or cough near you and he is wearing mask and you are wearing mask, you are doubly protected. It is better to use it, and also use gloves and sanitizers. And when you come home, you wash your hands, wash your eyes. You can also cover your eyes outside your home by using glasses or like this. So better thing is to stay home. But if you are bored of being home, go out, but take care of yourself and also the others. The number of patients, if one gets the virus, he will transmit it to all around him. If I suppose, I get the virus, I will transfer this virus to my whole family. And when my whole family is sick, it is very dangerous. So if one person gets the infection, the whole family gets it. So you are, mashallah, big boys and big girls. You are very responsible. You are getting education. You should learn how to. You should show that you are the students of Pakistan International School type. You follow the discipline. Although we are not meeting in the school, but we are following the discipline in our homes also, in the shopping malls also, in everywhere, because you are my students and my students are very much responsible. So I wish that this will end very soon and things begin normally as they were before. Let's pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us, and he may overcome, he may finish this in just one saying, kun fayakun, and it will be over. So we should also say astaghfar and pray for the best. So this is all for today. Inshallah, in the next lesson, we'll do the exercise of this lesson. Best of luck. Stay safe. Stay home. And see you, inshallah, summer vacation. Assalamu alaikum.